Hi, everybody. I am back. This is the Love and Money podcast with Shakira. And today I'm going to talk about investing. What is investing and how to invest? If you already have a 401k and a Roth IRA, then you are already investing. Now, Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive, he recommends investing in the S&P 500. And so, just a little disclaimer, and I'm not here to tell you what to invest in. So, you're going to basically just do your own research as far as what you decide to invest in. As far as the S&P 500 goes, what Warren Buffett, uh, one of the richest men in the world, what he recommends investing in, um, generally that is a good rule of thumb as far as getting started in investing. If you're unfamiliar with it, S&P 500. And what the S&P 500 is, it is 500 of the largest, most profitable companies in the United States, and it holds stocks such as Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, Alphabet, Berkshire Hathaway, Johnson and Johnson, JP Morgan Chase, and all the additional companies which would make up the 500 companies, the 500 largest companies in the United States. And so that is what Warren Buffett recommends, S&P 500. And so generally what you would do is just call up any brokerage like Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, or you can do it online. And when you see 500 behind the fund, that means that you have a S&P 500 fund. So generally that's a good start when it comes to investing. Um, there are also a lot of other S&P 500 funds. You can Google them. Also, off of the top of my head, um, some good funds are Fidelity FXIAX. That is a S&P 500 fund. Um, there are also some good other funds such as VTSAX. If you just dig a little, you will find them. In addition to the S&P 500 funds, there are the ETFs, the exchange traded funds, and you can Google those. Generally, you'll find that exchange traded funds they have a higher annual rate of return than the S&P 500. You can see that by looking at Yahoo Finance and look at the annual rate of return that each stock is going to give you. So generally, a S&P 500 fund and adding ETFs is a good idea when it comes to investing. And so, like I said, what you would do is call up a brokerage firm or do it online, Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, and then just get started with investing. And that is how you invest. So, like I said, I'm not recommending anything in particular. I am not a financial advisor, but I did want to share with you because this is not common knowledge that people share. And it's something that we should have been doing 20 years ago. You know, we would already be way far ahead. In fact, that is the difference between the rich and the poor. That the rich buy stocks and the poor don't buy stocks. So imagine if you hadn't had have known that 20 years ago, 40 years ago. There are even people out here who are investing for their children. You can actually go to a brokerage and buy stocks for your 1 year old and then just sit back and let that stock grow for 40 years. And people are, in fact, doing that for their children. For example, buying a Disney stock or any other stock that they're interested in. There are people that are setting their children up. And so imagine if you had known that 20 years ago, 40 years ago. So I think the best thing you can do now is to just get started. Like I said, Warren Buffett, he recommends the S&P 500, and he is a good person that you would take advice from since he is one of the richest men um, alive. So that is investing, and that is what I wanted to share with you. If if for instance you are in a job that does not offer a 401k or a Roth IRA, then you can still invest and you can still make sure that you have a secure retirement because it's not reliant on what your job is or where you work or what kind of work you do. What it does depend on is if you actually fill out an application, if you talk to someone online or you fill it out online yourself. It depends on you actually filling out the application and start getting your money into the account on a regular basis. You want to make sure that it's automated, that it's not something that you have to do manually. Because if you have to do it manually, then you're less likely to do it. But if you have it automatically coming out of your um, account on a regular basis, you are more likely to do that. And then just sit back and let that compound, let the compound interest work for you and just get started investing and try not to think of the past and how much time you've lost. Um, if you didn't know, it's because they don't want you to know, basically. And so now that you do know, do everything that you can to set yourself up and make sure that you have a safe retirement. So, in addition to the difference between the rich and the poor, with the rich buying stocks, the rich also own businesses. And those businesses, they can be different things. They can be real estate, as far as buying property, or if you'll notice, people have education businesses. That's a business. So, that is the most common difference between the rich and the poor buying stocks, having businesses. So there is the investing, the real estate, and the businesses. And those are the main differences between the rich and the poor. So if you would like to make sure that you are financially secure, then do what the rich do. So if you aren't already investing, just go ahead and get started. And if you are already investing, then you just want to make sure that you stay informed. Make sure that you continue to read finance books or finance articles. Just make sure that you continue to educate, learn everything you can as far as investing goes, as far as what your options are, as far as buying stocks, index funds. Um, you don't hear Warren Buffett talking about trading options. You hear about him going for the long haul. But there are people out there who are doing well trading options. So if that is something that you're interested in learning about, then feel free to do that. Um, but just know that the foundation is long term investing, that you are staying in something for the long haul. And is everything else is just adding to that long term investing. So if you would like to learn to trade options, that is just adding to the long term investing. If you would like to start buying property, that is just adding to the long term investing. If you would like to start a business, that is just adding to the long term investing. So I am a long term investor. Long term investing works. That's what's it's been working. It's been working for the rich for forever. And some of us are just finding out about it, but it is better late than never. So, this is the Love and Money podcast. If you like this podcast, please share it with one other person. Thank you for listening.